Greetings this Advent season in the name of the one who was and is to come. I am the Reverend Nathan Russell. My pronouns are he and him, and I serve the Washington Avenue Christian Church Disciples of Christ in Elyria, Ohio, as its senior pastor. Like many of you, I have watched news reports from the Midwest states following the severe weather events. In particular, the state of Kentucky has sustained the most severe damage. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who is a member of the Christian Church Disciples of Christ, alongside local and federal leaders, are guiding the state through grief as they process the trauma of the violent storms. First Christian Church in Mayfield, Kentucky, where the Reverend Dr. Milton West serves as senior pastor, suffered a direct hit to their building. Pictures of the sanctuary have been posted on social media and broadcast on the news. I know what it is like to have a church building experience a direct hit by a tornado and later be destroyed by fire. Nothing can prepare you for that. However, to experience such a devastating loss in the midst of an ongoing global pandemic only compounds the sorrow. Furthermore, to have a sacred space taken from you during the season of Advent is most cruel. Reverend Dr. West was interviewed earlier today and said that only 2 artifacts from his church remained in place and were not damaged by the storm. The first, the cross. The second, the communion table. These are 2 things that even the most violent of storms cannot take away from Christ's church. Both the cross and the communion table keep us singing when a storm has shaken our inmost calm. Week of Compassion is the Relief, Refugee, and Development Mission Fund of the Christian Church Disciples of Christ. This vital organization works with partners to alleviate suffering throughout the world. Week of Compassion and its affiliates are already on the ground in Kentucky and beyond. Traveling to Kentucky to help with relief efforts may not be possible for us. However, we can send financial support that will have an immediate impact for the people who have suffered such unimaginable loss. As members of one church, I invite you to join with me in supporting Week of Compassion. Here are specific ways that your dollars can be put to work. Visit weekofcompassion.org and click on the donate button. After that, you can designate your gift to go to the Hurricane, Cyclone, Typhoon Relief Fund. This is the quickest and easiest way for your dollars to fuel relief efforts in Kentucky. Second, Washington Avenue Christian Church is glad to receive your gifts. You can mail in or drop off your contribution to the church office. Make checks payable to Washington Avenue Christian Church and write Week of Compassion, Tornado Relief in the memo line. The Apostle Paul wrote in his second letter to the Corinthians, "We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, struck down, but not destroyed, always carrying in the body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be made visible in our bodies. For while we live, we are always being given up to death for Jesus' sake, so that the life of Jesus may be made visible in our mortal flesh. Our hearts grieve with those who mourn. We lament any and every time that death has done its worst. But death cannot take us where the love of God will not raise us. The very best, most beautiful gospel good news of Jesus Christ, which is resurrection, is here and now, even as the life of the ages is still to come. So, dear friends, let us give generously and be agents of God's compassion from our doorsteps to the ends of the earth. Thanks be to God. Amen.